Right, here we go. It's saying 10-minute wait. It's probably not going to be 10-minute wait. There's no one in here. It's empty. We've just got a drink and a cinnamon pretzel as well to have while we're on there. I know from filming experience, well, from what I've seen, and for filming, I need to sit on the right hand side so I get that effect of Jaws coming out of the water. So yeah. Oh, you got 3D glasses. Oh yeah, that's for the I know what that's for. That's for what's it called? Fast and the Furious and King Kong. So I've got my spot. I'll see you when we get going.
You made it! Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
His name's Paul.
And the greatest driver.
His name's Ryan.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Tour guide Paul
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Alright, we do have some quick safety rules as we're driving around our studio. If at any time during the tour you need immediate assistance, you have a medical emergency, you accidentally drop something important and it falls off the side of the tram. If you're experiencing 1964, we're going to continue that tradition right now. But not everything that we're going to drive by is fake. Not everything is a movie set. That's a real fire station. You can take a picture, it's real though. You have one of these in every city and people are like, fighting. So what's been going on our lot lately? What film's showing the lot? Last week, they shot the last episode of Will and Grace. So the season that's on now, Thursday nights on NBC, is the last season of the show. They just recently filmed the final episode. We'll be driving by their soundstage. Superstore is another one of our Thursday night NBC comedies. We're going to be driving by the sound stages where they've filmed. Kelly Clarkson, Whoville from How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and a big resort in Couples Retreat. All of those sets were built inside soundstage as well. Now, some of the next few stages we're driving by, they might be rehearsing some things inside, so they have reduced. They have asked me to reduce the volume. Behind this white trailer, sound stages 16 and 17 are both used for Superstore. They knocked out the walls in between the stages that separates them. So instead of having two fairly small stages back to back, they turned it into one big stage. And on the show, they work in a huge store called Cloud 9. The set of Cloud 9 is so big, it takes up 3 sound stages, 16 and 17, and the big stage off to the left, 21. All of these trailers. Look a few parking spaces next to the golf cart, and you're going to see where Jennifer Lopez parks. She has an office on the lot because she's one of the executive producers of World of Dance. And that dance competition show films here inside one of our sound stages. She's also one of the judges on the show. Elizabeth Banks just wrote, directed, and starred in the new Charlie's Angels. She works out of office 5184, is right behind the white truck on the right, where Jim Carrey and Jennifer Aniston lived in Bruce Almighty.
Close the door!
I'm in the shower!
That's our backlot right there.
Outside good. Outside good. Oh, you're done now.
B-E-A-U. This train going on right now is the same street that Marty McFly
Back to the Future
drove a DeLorean down at the end of Back to the Future, right before lightning hit the clock tower at exactly 10:04. This is the town of Hill Valley from Back to the Future. This is such a famous part of our backlot. We're going to stop for a moment, and you can take some pictures. And while we stop, I'm going to show you what that City Hall building looked like in a few productions. Back in 1985, it looked like this in Back to the Future.
Yeah, we should light.
Let's go out! No, dude! Keep it right there!
No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City.
Hey! I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Even though this is called New York Street, it can be dressed up to look like other cities as well. In fact, last year we used this as London. And Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. They did one of the chase scenes out of this barber backlot. We also used it last year in the latest season of American Ninja Warrior. They built one of the obstacle courses out on New York Street. Most of the sets we're going to be driving by today aren't even full buildings. These are facades. They're just outer shells. They just use these sets for the outdoor shots. Most of the indoor scenes are done inside the soundstage. There's a giant soundstage right in front of us. Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson is going to tell you about it.
It's the original King Kong that made me the movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up on the edge. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board a ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times.
3D time.
I'm thrilled when Universal invited me back to Sky Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Sky Island.
Okay, everybody, hold on to your belongings. Remain seated at all times, and yes, put your 3D glasses on. We're going to Skull Island.
They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know people looking straight ahead to make the shots play both around. Here you have to people looking in all directions. Also, one of the things about this, while unlike the movies that we're used to working on,
There's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
we're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to you.
It was brought back in 2008. That was a kit car for the newer version of the show. The Flintstones cars don't work now, but when they made the movie, they were powered by golf cart engines. And while the cars were moving, they had the actors move their legs under them to make it look like they were powered by their feet, like in the cartoon. We have a gyrosphere that can be seen in both Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. We're currently in pre-production for the next Jurassic Park. They haven't started filming it yet. They're just getting it ready. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are both signed up to star in it, and they're going to be joined by Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, and Laura Dern. And this is the first time all three of them have been together since the first Jurassic Park. That was back in 1993. So we're excited. We get everybody together for the next Jurassic Park film, and that's due to be released July 20, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. John Hammond, the guy that built Jurassic Park, wants to say something to all of you.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
That was it. That's all he wanted to say. This is where we've stored a lot of the sets from the Jurassic Park films over the years. There's an RV on the left. In the Lost World, that was a mobile laboratory that a T-Rex pushed it off a cliff while people are trapped inside. And we thought you guys might want to see dinosaurs, so we put some on both sides of the tram. Everybody should be able to see the spitters. Why would we do that? They're doing it again. That's terrible. That's why my seat has a window. It's not fair. If you see that as many times a day as Ryan and I do, you get a window. That's a perk. If you didn't get wet, don't laugh at people sitting next to you that got wet, because A, that's not nice. B, the tour's not over. We're at a movie studio, and we can create weather effects anytime. These threatening clouds coming in, we're doing this. I have access to Al Roker from the Today Show, and he's going to tell you what the weather's going to be like in the next part of the backlot, Old Mexico.
Hi, everybody. Here's today's forecast.
Right after Al Roker predicted a flash flood, it started raining, and there's a problem with rain in this part of the backlot. This set is built on a hill, and when it rains this hard, we've been known to have floods out here. You guys might want to be careful if you're sitting on the left side of the tram. Watch the top of the hill, keep your cell phones, keep your cameras protected. Here comes a flood. Sorry, car 3. Sorry, car 1. Out of there. Now look up at one of the monitors, and here's that flashpoint special effect in the movie Big Fat Liar.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that. Funny
These old Mexico sets can also be seen in Three Amigos, Nacho Libre, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Lately, they've been using it for a new show that's going to start airing later this month, Picard, with Patrick Stewart. They were shooting scenes here. And then when we leave Old Mexico, we cross into the Old West, the sets that Quentin Tarantino used for the Sony picture Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's an opera house on the left that was used as a saloon that they were shooting scenes in the movie. Leonardo DiCaprio and a little girl were sitting in front of the front door reading books. They got into a long conversation about filmmaking and acting. And this is such a famous part of our backlot. We're going to stop for a moment. These are some of the first sets. The episode of Home and Family that they're shooting today airs tomorrow. They normally film that show just one day in advance. Here's a good example of a set built inside of a sound stage. We're going to stop here for a moment, but even when we stop, remain seated. This looks like a subway station. This set is 30 years old. A couple years back, they were filming an episode of Bones in here, and they were shooting the scene at night. And they waited for our tours to finish for the day before they started. Whoa, wow. Hold on. That was an earthquake. No, don't laugh. It's an earthquake. It's not over.
Whoa.
the Amity Police Department needed us to close the beach for a little while because of the shark attacks. And we caught a shark. We have it hanging on display. It's right in front of the hotel, over here on the right. Now, even though they caught the shark, they still don't want us to reopen the beach because another shark has been sighted out here. They haven't caught it yet. We've got a scuba diver patrolling the area. I don't see him, but he should be around by the boat. Is he there? Oh, there he is. Sir, have you found a shark? Mister, do you see anything? Are you all right? The shark ate him. Yay! We're going to drive on a very old dock. It's very slippery. So everybody, please remain seated as we make our way across. Oh, wait, hold on. The shark just took part of the dock. I didn't even see the shark. It's underwater. Oh, wait. I see it. My seat has a window. We got attacked by a shark. Of course, it's inspired by the movie Jaws, but that's not the shark that Steven Spielberg used in the movie. Our shark works better than his. When they made Jaws, they built 3 very expensive, full-size mechanical sharks. They started shooting the movie back in 1974. The film didn't come out until 1975. So the movie is celebrating its 45th year anniversary. Pretty creepy neighbors that you never saw on the show. They lived in the 3rd house on the left as we make the turn. It's kind of a pinkish house, a purple house. The Munsters. It looks really different now, but back in the 60s, that's the house that was 1313 Mockingbird Lane on the Munsters. Admittedly, some of these houses don't quite look the same anymore as they did on Desperate Housewives because other productions have used them. So they change them. They repaint them a different color, they redecorate them. We don't want the houses to look the same in every production, so they make minor changes to them. Lately, we've been using this part of our backlot for 2 different productions. One is AP Bio with Patton Oswalt. The other production is a new show created by Mindy Kaling. And Mindy Kaling used to film The Mindy Project after this part of our backlot. The show that she's working on for Universal now is called Never Have I Ever.
The world of Dr. Seuss alive. Some of the most talented artists in Hollywood worked for months to create a living, breathing...
Sets from The Grinch, one of my favourite Christmas movies.
The fantasy world of Dr. Seuss became a reality.
I'm going to guess that most people on the tram already know the Who's live near the Grinch, and they're afraid of the Grinch. The Grinch is afraid of their other neighbor, Norman Bates. The man is a psycho, and he runs the Bates Motel. This is the set from Psycho. Norman lives in that creepy house at the top of the hill. That's him! That's Norman Bates right there. Hey, Norman, there's a woman. Her name is Marion Crane. She's checked into your motel. She's missing, and that's her car. If she's still checked in, could you check the registry? Thanks. This is a great photo. Get a picture of the house from Psycho. Get a picture of the Bates Motel.
It is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision of Steven.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in it?
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on 2 things, sweet cheeks. 1, There's a hooligan now you witnessed on the barrel protection program aboard your vehicle. And 2, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Charles is ruthless as
Everybody out! The FBI! Turn that music off!
Wait, why are you breaking up the party? We just got here. You're leaving? Can somebody come back and tell us what we're doing?
This is what we're doing. This is the race day after party. And where the other?
Roland Pierce, FBI, don't move. Damn God, that's right.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
Escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
Got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate. Sean traced us. Ops can't hold it forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
All right.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, drop the truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Okay, we're gonna go catch up with them. Now is a good time to put those 3D glasses back on. And get ready. Owen Shaw's getting pretty close to finding us. We don't want him to spot us while we're hiding. So please turn off your camera lights and your cell phone lights. No bright lights while we hide.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Come to the left. This thing ain't moving fast enough. Roman, Letty, hook him up.
I got the bull by the horn!
Now we're moving.
God, look out! You can be the witness to whatever I'm calling it today! I've got company! The witness is mine, Letty!
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away! Find the claws!
Way to go, Letty.
Don't fire another missile shot!
Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this.
Roman, don't shoot! Head on the bridge! Under construction! Everybody hold on!
Stronger it is. You guys will get up. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
Well, thanks. Well, now we're going to take you back to the unloading area, and you can continue your movie making experience by going on rides based on hit movies and television shows. We have the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, the Transformers ride, the Simpsons ride. A little bit later this year, we're going to be opening a ride based on Illumination Entertainment's The Secret Life of Pets films. We've got the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in the park. There are 2 rides in that section, Flight of the Hippogriff and Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Our shows include Water